It's a new year, and with it comes fresh decisions on Unesco World Heritage recognition. Italy has quite the wish list, with one request in particular causing, well, what could be described as a storm in a coffee cup. There are competing bids for espresso to be listed as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Our correspondent Giorgia Orlandi joins me from Rome with more on this. Morning to you, Giorgia. We know that Italians particularly love their coffee and the espresso, but what's this all about?
Good morning, Rosie. Well, we're talking about the intangible cultural heritage. This is a UNESCO program that includes all those practices and cultures that can be recorded but cannot be touched. Now, I don't know if you knew, but apparently Finnish are the biggest coffee drinkers in Europe. But despite that, Italians do love coffee, and in particular espresso coffee. This is why the people who are behind the application really believe that the espresso has all the requirements that are needed for the espresso to be given the UNESCO recognition. But now it seems that a group representing the Napolitan espresso coffee want to get the same recognition. They believe that their espresso is somehow unique, has some specific features, and they hope to be as successful as they were 2 years ago when the art of pizza making was included in that list. Let's take a listen. 2 years ago, Italy was successful in having Naples' very own iconic food recognized as part of the UNESCO World's Intangible Cultural Heritage. Today, the country wants to do the same with one of its best-kept traditions, the espresso coffee. Coffee is the second most consumed beverage in the world after water, and the birth of the first espresso machine that was invented in Italy at the end of the 19th century has contributed to its global popularity. Drinking espresso in Italy is a way of life, but for those who are behind the UNESCO application, there is more to it than that.
The espresso culture has spread around the world. And with this project, we are trying to claim back its Italian identity. That's because espresso originates from the creativity of Italians.
Nasce dalla creatività degli italiani.
When they're not at home, Italians have their espresso in coffee bars. Antonio Buccina has been a barista for 38 years, working in this historic place in Rome.
This profession has two sides. One is the experience you get. The second is what I call natural talent. Some are born with it, others aren't.
It's a quick ritual. You order at the counter and you down it in just a few seconds. Standing at the bar and drinking an espresso coffee is something that Italians would never give up. It's a break from the daily life, but also an excuse to meet up, to discuss a business or to talk to a friend. But most of all, it's cheap, so regardless of your background, it can be enjoyed and accessible to everyone. Grazie.
It gives me an adrenaline rush, it pushes me to go to work. It makes me feel younger.
Having a good coffee with your friends makes you feel better, even think better. Scientists like me know it well. We drink lots of coffee.
But how to spot a quality espresso?
The espresso coffee differs from other types of beverages that are available around the world, as it's the only one to have the typical crema on the surface.
Back in December, a group representing the Napolitan espresso coffee also submitted an application that will run alongside with the consortium one, but we'll have to wait a few more months to find out if either are successful. The application procedure is quite a lengthy one. In the case of the Italian espresso, it started back in 2016, and then it goes through a series of assessments that are carried out both by the government and several committees. Now, we know that there are now 2 applications, but both groups are wishing each other good luck, as they know, Rosie, they do represent the best of the Italian culture abroad.
Giorgia Orlandi, our correspondent in Rome, thank you very much.